OpenAI, they're killing Sora, not just the app, like everything. You have the Wall Street Journal reporting that Sam Altman told the staff that the company is winding down all products that use its video models, including the developer version and video features inside of ChatGPT. This is huge. This is a tool that everyone thought was going to revolutionize Hollywood. Disney literally put $1 billion behind it. It was the #1 app in its category within days of launching, and now, boom, it is dead because OpenAI realized that the money is actually in competing with Anthropic, not making AI videos. But again, when Sora launched in 2024, it was the AI product that everyone was just talking about. It could generate increasingly realistic videos that were just harder and harder to detect. So many fake Ring camera videos of animals with guns, people were worried about deepfakes, Hollywood was worried about its jobs, and it was a genuine cultural moment. And then this last October, when things really blew up, you had OpenAI releasing a standalone Sora app and second-generation model that was even more advanced. And within days, it was the most downloaded app in the iOS App Store's photo and video category. 2 months after that, Disney announces that $1 billion investment in OpenAI as part of a deal that would give Sora users access to popular Disney characters. Like, everything was pointing to this being a huge part of the future, especially OpenAI's. But then, as far as what happened, well, the short answer is Anthropic. Right? They're OpenAI's biggest competitor, and they've really focused on productivity tools for software engineers and corporate users, and then kind of worked their way from that to normies. And that has absolutely been working. Anthropic has been growing its revenue at a faster rate than OpenAI. And in fact, when OpenAI first launched the Sora app, some employees were reportedly surprised that the company was pouring computing resources into a project that didn't have a clear demand. But Altman, he wanted to be ambitious and expand market dominance, but now you have the company doing a complete 180. But according to the journal, OpenAI is reallocating resources to compete directly with Anthropic by building AI agents and productivity tools aimed at coders and enterprise users. In fact, they've already been shifting computing power and top talent in that direction. Just last week, you had OpenAI announcing it was combining the ChatGPT desktop app, coding tool Codex, and Atlas browser into one super app. And seemingly, Sora just doesn't fit into that vision anymore. And so then also with that, the Disney deal is reportedly dead. $1 billion investment, access to some of the most recognizable characters in the world, all built around Sora, just gone. And it ends up highlighting something important about the AI industry right now. Even a company pulling in nearly $13 billion in revenue last year can't do everything at once, at least not yet. And that's as OpenAI expects to spend around $100 billion over the next 4 years, mostly on data centers. Right? Every dollar and every GPU, it has to go somewhere, and Altman has decided video generation's just not where the money is. And also, I'll say, speaking of that $100 million in spending, while AI companies are racing to expand their operations as fast as possible, a growing number of lawmakers are starting to push back. Right? And for example, today you had Senator Bernie Sanders and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez announcing plans to introduce legislation that would effectively ban new AI data center construction until Congress enacts federal regulations. And among the things that the bill would do, it would halt construction until lawmakers codify safeguards, including government review and approval for new AI products, policies to prevent job displacement, protections ensuring data centers don't worsen climate change or raise electric bills for nearby consumers, and labor requirements like union construction workers. And with that, you had Bernie saying we cannot sit back and allow a handful of billionaire big tech oligarchs to make decisions that will reshape our economy, our democracy, and the future of humanity. We need serious public debate and democratic oversight over this enormously consequential issue. But here's your friend, your neighbor, your Uncle Phil, here to ruin your day. This bill is definitely not gonna pass. Okay, I love you, I gotta give you that reality check, but if anything, I would say this is kind of more symbolic than anything. It's more forward-leaning and thinking than anything. Right? It's a signal from Bernie and AOC that there is a growing demand for AI guardrails, even as the Trump administration does everything it can to just let the industry run without limits, and they're actively trying to prevent states from imposing their own restrictions. It's like they have an economic incentive and or ties to the industry that would make it where they would not want to do that or something, especially because the public is on Bernie and AOC's side here. Polls consistently show that Americans support AI regulation, and they are concerned about its impact on jobs, energy prices, and the environment. And populist lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, they have pushed for more regulation in response to constituent concerns. Right, and at the local level, we're already seeing action. Since August of 2025, multiple towns and counties have passed temporary bans on data center construction. At least 11 states, they're considering similar legislation, and more than 200 advocacy groups wrote a letter to Congress urging a federal moratorium before the bill was even introduced. But again, all of that runs up against the machine, whether it's the AI machine, the Trump machine, a lot of the places, they're kind of the same. The president wants basically no limits on AI. Industry groups, they're spending tens of millions to elect pro-AI candidates in the midterm. And even as public support for regulation grows, Congress, it could end up stacked with members whose campaigns were funded by the very companies people want regulated.